Alright, so both got big noses. They not related? The FaZe clan cover-up is disgusting. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've already seen some of it on Twitter. That's the only reason I'm reacting to this. Let's get into it.
But no, please stop asking if certain people knew or not. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, okay? Like, it's hard for everybody. But a lot of people did know, yes. A lot of people did know. Release the temper list is so fucking crazy, bro.
That was the biggest Freudian slip I've ever seen. I think this is a byproduct of years of a lack of accountability and just tons of complicitness from grown men. I'm truly disgusted with how these grown men have acted and remained silent despite their friend admitting to engaging in
That was crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, when I opened my Twitter, when I opened my Twitter and that was like one of my first posts, I was like, why is a FaZe member on my timeline? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I gotta see this. Cause not only does bro have a big ass nose, but I was like, yo, what is bro talking about? Like, why does this shit have so many views in like a few hours? And it's always the video. It'd be the video posted up like this. We need to talk. Like, bro, chill. Oh yeah, they always gotta have the mic. They always gotta have the mic right next to there. Alright guys, so pretty much what happened was I pretty much got caught talking to a cupcake. Alright, man. Let me start farming. Let's get into alright, one thing. Why do people always, alright, for example, we'll use this for an example. Alright, so a girl will date a man, bro. And then the moment they break up, oh yeah, he don't brush his teeth. And his meat small. Weren't you with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, not even trying to disrespect, you know, bro, but you can't like just expose shit now that, you know, shit's not going well for you. You know what I'm saying? It's either you're gonna expose it when it happens or you're siding, you know?
I want to put everything to do with me and FaZe to rest, bro, because there is so much I haven't said. And honestly, at this point, bro, I don't give a I think I'm gonna collect my thoughts tomorrow and I'm gonna say everything, bro. Every single thing that I know, everything. And I'm gonna collect my thoughts because I have an eidetic memory, so I remember everything and anything. I left. There's the fucking involved too, bro. I don't give a if I get sued. I could give a less. I always stand up for what's right. That was like that was the final straw, bro. I was so I've been.
No, bro. The final straw is that big ass nose. That shit frying me, bro.
Up over that for like 2 years, bro.
When this got clipped, it immediately went viral. Number one, people pointed to FaZe Banks because he's hella weird, and that's an objective fact. Is he a PDF though?
Nah, bro, chill. Banks got too much aura, bro, chill.
I'm not sure, nor am I stating this as a fact, but FaZe Banks is an LA weirdo, and there's been some whispers about the women he be around. Nothing substantial, but there is this screenshot from Skybreeze's story, and if
yo, is this true? My boy Banks going out like this? I thought my boy Banks had aura. Yo, Skybreeze though. Alright,
if you don't know who she is, she's one of those LA girls who be up under all the influencers. But I don't want to cook shorty because she posted this. Like I said, it's nothing substantial, but Banks is a shady character and everybody knows this. So when he posted his response to Rain's initial bombshell, I knew he was going to be full of shit. Also, just so everyone knows, Tommy is FaZe Temper and Norden is FaZe Rain. I'm gonna get some water real quick.
Wait.
So everyone knows, Tommy.
Alright, so damn, they both got big ass noses. They not related? Alright.
Is FaZe Temper and Norden is FaZe Rain. I'm gonna get some water real quick.
Got a phone call about a year ago from FaZe Rain, or a text rather. He's kind of going off just about all the reasons why he's upset with FaZe, hates FaZe. Rain's going off about how FaZe has slighted him, and he brings up that somebody's nobody gives a fuck and nobody wants to talk about it. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Call him. He's like, Banks, don't play dumb.
What is in the background? Is that like 6 bottles of codeine?
We talked about this before. I'm like, Norden, pause. You're saying that FaZe Temper is a which that is who he's talking about in the clip. And there's a story and we're gonna get into it. I'm like, whoa. That's Tommy. That's our brother. This is who we started this FaZe shit with. I'm calling him. That was the first thing I said. I'm calling. So I patched Tommy and Apex in the call immediately, and we sit on this phone call and we talk for a long time. We were on the phone probably for at least an hour, maybe even fucking 2 hours on the phone talking about this. And Tommy's first initial knee-jerk reaction to all this shit, what the f are you talking about? Norton, no, this is not what the conversation was like.
I'm gonna be so honest, I don't believe a word out of this clown's mouth. He's been involved in so much shady work, and even recently, he decided to leave the internet because of that. He dead ass quit after getting exposed for being a scammer. That's the equivalent
Oh yeah, I was just about to say, didn't he do like that crypto shit? I don't know.
of paying for the method. He was turning his own fans into the money method, and that's just so evil. So honestly, I went into the video taking his words with a grain of salt. Keep in mind that Banks is saying that Temper denied this stuff. He was surprised by Rain's revelation.
Bro, yo, despite what this big nose ass dude did, yo, low key, I want to get a background like that. Yo, imagine. Alright, so so like I have checked, I do have people that like watch multiple, videos of me for the past, however long I've been doing it. So y'all do remember I used to live in my little tiny ass apartment, and the only thing I had was a bed in my background. But now that I have a bigger room, and I got a little bit, I got a little bit of designs and shit now, you know what I'm saying? So my question is, imagine how, this not a question, but just imagine how cool that would be. Just look, yo, like the Takashi Murakami and like, not all that anime shit, but like, bro, that'd be tough.
But when Rain reacted to this clip of FaZe Banks, he revealed even more information on what exactly happened. And it all started from a private conversation between Temper and Rain.
Yo, they about to have a yam off, bro, chill.
This dude looks me in my eyes and says, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I had a threesome with two 16-year-olds. I'm like, bro, what?
Alright, bro. Yep. Alright, bro. Yeah, might low-key have to call it a day after that one, bro, chill. Yo, imagine your mans call you. Imagine your mans call you. Yo, bro, I just had a crazy ass threesome, bro. Yo, I was putting in that work. You're like, oh, word? You putting in that work, bro? That's crazy, bro. Yo, how old were they? Nah, bro, chill. Nah, bro, they was mad good, bro. Yo, I lasted about 22 minutes. Yo, how old was they though, bro? Oh, nah, bro, they was some calm, so you know what I'm saying? I met them outside of, the high school, bro. They like 16. 16? Alright, bro. What am I doing, bro?
Like, how could you tell me that after I'm telling you the 3 rules I have to why I'll never have your back as a friend? On my mother's heartbeat, that's what he said. He looked me in the eyes and he said that. I told Banks and I told Apex immediately. I even told Lee Trink. I have text with fucking Lee Trink from then. It was right before everything fucking blew up.
You want to know what you really should have told? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Having an entire setup just full of white towels is crazy. Like, I use colored towels. Like, most of my towels are like blue, red, black, whatever. I don't have a single white towel, and I don't have a single white face towel either. Having all white towels is crazy. You would think bro's in a hotel the way he has all these white towels, bro. That's insane work, bro.
With the SPAC and FaZe went public and whatnot. And he dropped me off home and we haven't talked since.
I'm not gonna lie, this is genuinely some of the sickest stuff I've heard recently, and it feels like I keep saying that, but it's always something new. Mind you, a big part of Temper's response is that he didn't know that the girl was underage. But if that was the case, why would you word it like that? But I'm getting ahead of myself. Rain also did corroborate the fact that he immediately let FaZe Banks know. And he also points out that Banks was not being entirely truthful in his response.
Why do you want to bring this up, Banks? I did it. I didn't even want to bring your name up in this, bro, but you made that video. I don't know if we're about to watch in a little bit, but it's just, you lied in that video. You're making up, bro. Even that tweet that you posted under, I screenshot it in case you delete it because I just don't trust you.
Yo, bro, his chat is actually sick, bro. I see some people saying like, yo, what if he was joking or some shit? Yeah, bro.
Bro.
Get
And I
them
don't
going,
trust
bro.
what you said there. You said some bullshit at the end of that tweet. What'd you say? You said, here, I'll pull it up here. Like you said, call concluded and Tommy didn't admit to it. Yes, he did. And you called me and you said, bro, this is so bad. This is so bad. He said he's gonna if this shit ever comes out. And that's why I feel extra bad, bro. That's why I feel extra bad. You told me he would if it came out. And you guilted me into not doing it.
I don't know why I didn't mention it when I was first writing this video, but honestly, that's extremely disgusting if that's true. If FaZe Banks was holding this guy's potential self-deletion over Rain's head, it does make me feel a little more empathetic towards him, even though he is a grown man. Even though I think these guys are crazy, it does add another element because that is a lot to hold over somebody. It's like I've been saying throughout the video, FaZe Banks is a shady character, so it's not like that's out of character. He's just a weirdo. Like flat out. Stay away from him. Now I want you guys to remember this part because Rain said two things that stuck out to me. The first was that the call concluded and Banks knew that Tommy admitted to what he did, allegedly. And the fact that Tommy would delete himself.
Yeah, this is the video I seen on Twitter, bro. That shit was crazy.
If the truth got out. But Rain and Banks did end up getting into a call to discuss everything, and that's where the story actually changes.
Today, I talked to him. It's been a while since I talked to him. Me and Tommy haven't been on the best terms because of a lot of FaZe stuff and involvement and shit like that. Another huge part of the reason why I finally just like said, you know what, I'm gonna go my own way. I like his story does not line up with what you're saying.
The only difference in this story, by the way, is what again, brother, he told me 2 16-year-olds threesome, and then on the call he said, if I said it to sound cool. Do you remember him saying that?
He's gonna say no.
There's no way. There's no way. That's such a crazy thing to say.
Brain, I'm fried, brother. I honestly like
Okay, so
it sounds like something. It sounds like
it's not like I
it's
remember.
So dumb that it sounds like something I could hear Tommy in an unironic way, like saying, like
God knows why he lied to me and said it was a threesome with a 16-year-old when it was a single with a 17 and one was watching. God knows why he lied and said it was a threesome. God knows why. Especially when I'm telling him how demonic and evil that and how I'll never have your back. That's what he said. It's what he said. Okay, so then he goes in the call that we had after with me, you, Apex, Tommy, and he says it was a 17-year-old. He admitted it, bro. He did, and then he said, if this shit ever comes out, bro, I have a kid now, I have a wife. And you called me after, you're like, bro, he's never talked like that. Please don't do it, bro. I don't want him to fucking.
I do remember that, by the way.
So let me get this straight. Banks believes that it sounds within character for this grown man who is at least 29 at the time of the incident to say he had a threesome with 2 underage girls to sound cool, and agrees that he threatened to delete himself if the truth comes out. At this point, I'm just feeling like these are all grown men, and if my homie told me the things that Tommy was allegedly saying, something is gonna happen. So I'm just trying to figure out why these grown men were so passive and how they responded to everything that was being revealed. But I don't want to harp on Banks's and Rain's conversation for too long. There are 2 more clips I would like to show you guys. And the first one is that Rain was explaining how Bank attempted to cover his tracks, which is kind of crazy.
And bro, when I told Banks about it, he said, nah, bro, that's just some Tommy shit. I don't think it's a big deal because it was over the phone where it's like gone, right? I'm not recording phone calls. I don't record phone calls. Actually, I did with Lee Trink one time because he's a fucking rap, but one time I recorded a phone call. He said that. He said that's just some Tommy shit and didn't think it was a big deal, right? And he knew going forward. Yeah, let me pull up the tweet. And then when I texted him about it later down the line, he pretended like we've never talked about it before. I was like, bro, what are you doing? And in my head, I'm like, bro, he's just doing this so that if I hypothetically ever
Bro, this is so crazy. I literally don't even know what to say. Like this
screenshotted it would.
Bro, like who do you even believe? Like that's literally the thing. Like it's just 3 people saying like all different shit, to be honest, bro.
You know, it looks like he cares and he's defending it and shit like that.
So Rain is saying that him and Banks spoke on the phone the first time that he contacted him about the situation, and that years down the line, Banks starts acting oblivious, feigning ignorance because there's no proof of him acknowledging the incident in the first place. God damn. Assuming that's true, which I'm leaning towards Rain over Banks, that is really fucking crazy. But Rain also ended up going a little more in depth about the specifics of what Tommy said.
I brought it up to him, bro. I did. And when we got in the call, Tommy said this verbatim. He said, it wasn't a threesome with 2 16-year-olds. Actually, it was a 17-year-old. So all of a sudden now it's 17. Okay. One was 17 and the other one watched. That's what he said. And then he started bringing up all these random laws. I don't even know these weird consent laws, like Romeo and Juliet, this, yada. I don't know. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's how you know he's cooked, bro. So he was 29 at the time. So he's pretty much with a girl that's 10 years younger than him. That's insane work. And then on top of that, he's like, nah, bro. Nah, it wasn't even two 16-year-olds, bro. Like, chill, bro. It was one age difference. It was a 17-year-old, bro. It's not that bad. I know I'm 29, bro, but just, like, chill. No, bro.
These laws are, bro. And he says some like that. And even Banks calls me after and he's like, bro, what the f like up with that law that he brought up? So he knows he did some shit that was wrong. He knows that. He knows that.
And I think with this clip, the story got a little more clear for me. Right now, I personally believe Banks knew the situation with Tommy and that he slept with his underage girl. However, he's been omitting certain details as to not incriminate himself as much. He didn't completely lie. Some things are correct, like the fact that him and Rain were on the call and the girl was 17. But Temper responded, so let's take a look.
The fact that I'm even having to respond to this and to that my name is in the same breath as the word is so sick, twisted, and insane.
The only thing that really took away all the...
This is disgusting. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not that type of person. I am the...
I was generally gonna go for a clip, bro, but this shit's crazy, bro.
Furthest thing from what you called me, and I will never be that person. It's so mind-blowing that someone that I really built a brotherhood with, someone that I really considered a brother, that I invited to my baby shower, that I always looked after and took care. And then when you were going through your darkest days, I was there for you and I was making sure that you were good. When you were in a wheelchair for 2 years, and like I was so gutted at the fact that like you couldn't walk again.
I'm gonna be honest, this nigga is rambling. And first of all, this isn't even...
Wait. What does bro being in a wheelchair for 2 years have to do with you sleeping with two 16-year-olds? Like, what? What is bro talking about, man?
A real response is just him talking around everything. He never even addressed the actual allegations. He said it once at the start, and then he starts talking about other things that are unrelated, like the fact that he helped Rain apparently at his lowest, which, by the way, Rain did deny this, saying no, this nigga was not here. But later that day, Temper did have another response, but in this video he confirmed he did have the inappropriate conduct.
Yeah, this was the video I seen on Twitter, bro. Yo, admitting to this, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Not saying I would, but hypothetically speaking, if I was in bro's situation, you're not getting no confession out of me, bro. You're gonna have to kill me to get that confession, boy.
Underage girl.
And then one day I go to New York and I go to this club that's 21 plus, and I link up with a buddy there, and he invites a couple girls, and I end up going back with these girls. We're all shit-faced, and I end up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17.
And before I continue, I want to be clear. I was initially going to show you guys more clips because there are so many weird things that I noticed. Like, for example, if this was truly a mistake, why was this not clarified 2 years ago when the incident was first talked about? Why would you threaten to delete yourself if you didn't know truthfully? I'm not saying a nigga wouldn't feel guilt making that type of mistake, but threatening to literally delete yourself seems more indicative of guilt to me. I was gonna go over more, but then Rain walked back his statement, saying that Temper was not a PDF file, and Temper retweeted that video and said, thanks, but you ruined my life. But 30 minutes ago, at the time of writing this, that nigga Rain deadass said the only reason he posted that video is because Temper's wife hit him up, guilt tripping him hard. So he doubled down and said, nah, that nigga is guilty. So where does this leave us exactly? In my opinion, I believe the story about the club and how he didn't know was fabricated in order to soften the blow. I also believe Banks had the same intention of softening the blow by omitting certain details. I want to point out, I think that when it was confirmed that Tommy slept with the underage girl, that info alone was enough for them to realize they could not deny it.
You know what the craziest shit is? In about like 2 weeks, everyone's gonna forget about this shit. I feel like that's really how the internet works, bro. Shit's crazy.
Not fully. So what do? You fabricate a story where Temper is really the victim and it was just a mistake. But that's my opinion anyways. As for Rain, it's cool he doubled down, but nigga, you're a grown ass man. You caped for Jeffrey Epstein for 2 years. You was literally friends with Epstein and you did not say anything. For legal reasons, I'm completely joking. Then there's the clip of Rain trying to downplay the people who had knowledge. Mind you, I personally went to his Twitch and was looking for more context on everything he was saying, and I found this clip myself. None of the clip pages have posted this clip. I'm honestly very surprised.
But no, please stop asking if certain people knew or not. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What?
It doesn't matter, okay? Like, it's hard for everybody. But a lot of people did know, yes. A lot of people did know.
And another thing that was getting me is that it seemed like his hostility was singled out to Banks for knowing, which was weird because, I mean, he admitted that people knew about it, but he wasn't willing to reveal it, even going as far as to say it doesn't matter who knows. But I'm just tired of talking about this. It's so sickening knowing all these grown men really be Epstein associates.
Yeah, bro. Like, this shit is truly deep, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Let me know, what do you think? Obviously, like I said, I'm gonna have to assume bro is full guilty, and somebody, I feel like everyone's lying. Everyone's lying about certain things. But who do you trust? I'm not gonna lie. Who do you really trust, bro? I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I feel like all of them lying about certain shit, bro. But get all of them gone low key. It's just, I feel like it's just petty ass drama. This shit happened 2 years ago. And now you're trying to bring that shit to light, bro. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, fuck that shit. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, man.